So I saw my brother's Termanology and Statik Selektah floating up and down my timeline. Pause. They popped up on my algorithm. Pause. Pause. Protesters, get your ass out of here. Um, and there was an interesting topic they were talking about, and the topic goes a little something like they were talking about boom bap hip hop being viable. Like it was like people think that there's no money in boom bap, and they actually specified that they had a problem with the term boom bap almost, right? Like this traditional hip hop, right? So that's the thing, right? Because most hip hop, like traditional hip hop, is like samples, it's not too synthesized or whatever. The earlier, even the earlier NWA stuff was traditional hip hop. It was sample heavy, heavy drums type of, you know what I mean? But they were speaking upon how a lot of like New York MCs kind of ran away from the New York sound. And that's true. I can't deny any of that. I'm not here to debate or push back on anything that they said, or maybe, but I feel like I'm more have I'm want to add some perspective to it. Maybe some things that have been overlooked. Welcome to the nation, y'all. Monster Nation, that is. What up? I'm Monster Man Rocco, aka Rockness Monster. I'm your tour guide. I'm the president. I'm your host. I'm the king around here. You know what I'm saying? I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I'm off the damn floor. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Do all the things that make a page pop. If you really want to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, leave a donation. The best nation is donation. You can leave a super thanks or a cash app. However you feel like giving it up. Rock on with your bad self. Yeah, but they were saying that people were, a lot of people think it ain't no music and boom bap. They slow, like they not, they stupid, is what he was saying. And yeah, I agree with I agree that a lot of people think that there's no money. It's no money in boom bap because it's a matter of it's what they see. You know what I mean? People are looking. People recognize the glitz and the glam. They don't never see the hard work or the rough underbelly of anything. They said, I'm gonna get into that. They said something like New York don't get no respect because it's so busy sounding like it's sounding like trying to sound like down south. Again, that's something that I don't really have any pushback on, but I will say this: that's all by design. It's that's all of that. There's a reason for all of that, and I'm not saying that I like the reason. I'm not saying that anybody's gonna like the reason, but the truth of the matter is this: as an artist, first of all, most creatives, like everybody is creative in some form of fashion. I think, right? I think everybody's creative. How many so many people make the decision to try to be something with their creativity. I want to do something with my creativity. And if you've chosen rap, then it's you I'm talking about. For the past 20, 30 years, however long, it's been, up until recently, it's been the dream of a rapper or aspiring rapper to get a deal, get a record deal, to get on, to blow up, to be on the radio, to at award shows, your video playing all over the main platform, whatever, blah 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 blah. Things changed with the explosion of streaming, you know what I'm saying, and the socials and all of the YouTubes, the Spotify, and all of those things, right? Game changed everything, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, the way people play the game has been modified. The way they rob you is modified, because please believe the industry is still robbing you, robbing us all. So, as I said, we all wanted to get a record deal before, right? What happens when it gets to, because in the 80s and 90s, you could have Boot Camp Click, that was my crew, right? Which consisted of 4 groups inside that, and pause, and some more other groups, right? Other artists. You had Wu-Tang, you had Fat Joe, you had Mobb Deep, you had you had, let's see, what I'm trying to say is this: there was a time when you could exist, when hip hop existed with wild different types of hip hop. Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and the Public Enemies and the Native Tongues and all of these different people. Like nobody. The object was not to be like nobody else. That was a big prerequisite to be successful in the game, right? And all of those lanes was open. You could be a party rapper, you could be a conscious rapper, you could be a hardcore rapper, you could be a rapidy rapper, you know what I'm saying? You could be a b-boy type of rap. Like, all of those lanes were open. But the industry, what people fail to realize is, we don't own the record industry. We own hip-hop culture is ours, but the industry, like the airwaves, the whole pipeline that necessary to make a person a celebrity, we don't own that. You know what I mean? Pause on pipeline. We don't own that. You know what I mean? And that's controlled by somebody else outside of us. And at some point, y'all do the math. Y'all y'all can tell me the year or when it all shifted, or when it shifted, and then when it shifted into high gear, when they started cutting off all of the lanes. They cut off the conscious lane, they cut off this lane, they cut off that, they closed all of the doors and they left one door open. And that was the door or lane where you just gotta go in there and promote capitalism, so to speak. Just blowing money fast, making money fast, blowing money fast, and dressing any kind of way and doing any kind of substance, and it's wild. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You in here, that lane. You know what I mean? That's the door that they left open. And that door, that lane comes with those concepts come with a certain, they came complete with a sound, sonically. Like, that shit sounds a certain kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? And it sounds like, it was ushered in through the down south, down south artists or movement. It comes with that sound. And it got to a point a long time ago where rappers have been, I'm talking I remember when Jay-Z was working on the Black album, and he had this a documentary surrounding the Black album. I believe it was connected to it. Fade to Black or whatever. I think it was in that documentary. It could have been in another documentary, but I saw some footage where Jay-Z was in a studio with 2 of his it was a couple of artists in there that wasn't out. They wasn't, blown up or whatever. And they was having this conversation about what they do, what needs to be done, how to blow up, how to get signed. And I can't, this was a long time ago. I can't remember this verbatim at all, but one of the dudes was like, yo, what do I gotta do? Like, how I gotta rhyme? Like, how do I have to? What do I have to do to get on? And it was like Jay was like, you see that? Like, nigga can't be himself and get. At least not. That's not what he. At least he don't believe he can. The game don't show you that. And the truth of the matter is, you can, right? But the record industry ain't supporting that. You understand what I'm saying? You have to, like, if the strong-willed, you have to win, or you have to try to win in spite of that. If you got any dignity or what you integrity, you want to be yourself in your music, then you got to go in spite of that. You know what I mean? You get and be like artists who blow up in spite of the system that's there, the record industry. They are far and few. They're far and few between. Did I say that saying right? That y'all know what I mean, though, right? Like you have to have. You gotta have. It gotta be in you. Pause. You know what I mean? It's hard work. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of refusals. It's going to be a lot of shutdowns. It's going to be a lot, whatever. Don't listen to none of that. Don't listen to the negativity. You got to push through whatever. You know what I mean? What I understand, but what something that Statik Selektah was saying, he was like, yo, I feel like a lot of what he was saying, he was answering and not realizing that the two things were connected in the way that I see the connection. Like, he was like, as a DJ, you know, on the radio, you gotta list of stuff you gotta play, right? But then you gotta, on FM radio, right? But then you got a small slit of time in every hour where you could play, we could sneak in one or two or three, and you might get in trouble for that, right? And there lies the answer. The game is showing you what they want. You know, the program directors is putting the word down to you as the DJ, and you got to risk. You know, you got to take a risk to give, to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And salute to you for willing to do that. But a lot of people don't have it to risk. You know what I'm saying? They might not know they do. They view this shot as their only shot. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. You understand what I'm saying? It just is what it is. As a DJ, when you play parties, you know, because I know son do parties and all that shit too, and he be rocking. You know, he's a popping DJ, right? Statik Selektah, salute to him, right? When you do parties, do you only play boom bap, or do you mix it up? Because, you know, if you do mix it up, I don't party that much, you know what I'm saying? But when you mix it up, that's because you understand the market. You know what I mean? And it might be hip hop, but all of the people ain't in there dancing to all boom bap all night. I'm assuming. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. It's like niggas have been forced into that hole, pause. You know what I mean? And now they just realizing that they don't have to live there because it's only three major record labels now, and you know, with that comes a certain amount of clarity because they so big, they move a certain way, pause, and most of the rappers in this day ain't really trying to go that route from what I'm seeing. The whole 360, this, that, and the third. I think rappers are changing. They're changing their perspective on the idea of what it is to get on. And hopefully we'll see some change, you know what I'm saying? We'll see we are seeing some change, but hopefully we'll see more. You know what I mean? Even I made a whole album with Ron Browse, and people, you say what you want about Ron. Ron Browse got boom bap hits, but he also got mainstream hits, and he uses auto tune and this, so on. People had a problem with that. I just listen. I just, in all honesty, I like a whole lot of different kinds of hip hop. If I hear a beat and I like it, I might try it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care if it sounded like it was from down south or whatever. I didn't care if T-Pain and Wayne and Ye was burning the auto tune ish into the ground. I was like, Ron, if you get Ron played a beat where he had a hook on it, where it was, I'm like, give me that. Give me that. You know what I mean? Like, I happen to be one of the like, I don't discriminate like that, like that. You understand what I'm saying? And I happen to believe I'm one of the New Yorkers you might know. As much as I love, as much as I love the West Coast and all of that, it ain't. I am extremely Brownsville. Bet that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was like, you know, even I was in a position, you know, look, I was in a position where I'm like, yo, they don't play none of this. Well, give them this other song I have. Wasn't like I said, let me make a song to cater to. It was like, no, I like that. I made this song and now I'm sitting on it. You understand what I'm saying? And I got songs. Y'all be on the lookout. A lot of songs is on the way from your boy. I just got access to Shell Shock and Rockin' Out West. Those were my two mixtapes that I did with Duck Down. I'm about to put those up. I'm about to put those up digitally, so y'all will be able to access those. The Slang and Rock Volume 2 mixtape is basically done. And the Crownsville album between me and my brother Rusty Jukes is done. You know what I mean? So the mixtapes will be on my Bandcamp. The Crownsville album will be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the Bandcamp link in the description too. But that's it. Like that's it. I ain't gonna take up too much more y'all time. Shit. Rock on, rock on. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 microphones and that's it. One yourself.